Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about Down to One, released by John Allen. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in and spending some time with me today. So on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about a routine, alright? This is a stage routine released by John Allen called Down to One. Now the first time I heard of this routine was actually sometime in February, I think, of this year. I heard of it from a review that was done by Luca Volpe on his Facebook group. Alright, so Luca was talking about this on his Breakfast Mentalism review show, and immediately I was kind of intrigued by it. And subsequently, John actually very kindly sent me a set as well. Alright, so I've had this particular copy since April, I think early April of this year. While I've had it for some time now, I figured, before I started chatting about it, this is a kind of routine that, you need some kind of performance experience with, so I figured, I would like to give it a go before I talked about it on this show. And it came at a great time as well, because things are starting to open up again in Singapore, so we are able to perform, at live events, and well, this routine just fit right in. So I'm sure that many of you out there are aware, alright, of the work of John Allen. Personally for me, I've been using his All or Nothing, alright, quite extensively in my virtual show, alright, over Zoom, and also in my live stage show as well. At one time, I was performing his Pain game, alright, the smash routine with the nail, quite a lot as well. And of course, John has released many products over the years, both close-up and stage as well. And I'm pretty sure that many of you out there also use some of his material in your own work. So what is Down to One? Alright, well, Down to One is a kind of a prediction effect. It's a prediction routine that involves the entire audience. And in the routine, you will play a kind of a game, alright, a game of elimination, and then at the end of the routine, you will show that you have predicted the last man standing. So here's what happens in the routine, alright? So at the very start of the whole thing, you invite the whole audience to get on their feet, okay? So you invite all the audience members to stand, and you explain to them that you will be playing a game, alright, a game of elimination to whittle it down to just one person. So everyone gets on their feet, and then you introduce this coin, okay? This is a double-faced coin. There isn't, most coins are double-faced, so you introduce this coin, alright? One side of the coin is red, one side of the coin is black, okay? So you explain to the audience that what's going to happen is, everyone is stood up, you'll be flipping the coin like that, okay? And they're now to guess whether the coin lands red or black, okay? And the way they do that is by, certain hand actions, okay? So you tell them that red rhymes with head, okay? So if they think it is landed red, they are to place their hands on their head. If they think the coin has landed on the black side, they are to place their hands on their back like that, okay, because black rhymes with back. And then the game begins, right? So you flip the coin like that, and then you invite the whole audience to make their decisions. So some people will have their hands on their heads, some people will have their hands on their back. And then at this point in time, you reveal that the coin has landed on the red side. So everyone with their hands on their head remains standing. Those who have their hands on their back are eliminated. They are asked to take a seat. And then the game continues just like that, alright? So, groups of people will be eliminated, and then you will just be left with one person standing in the room. Literally, down to one. Once that last lucky person has been selected, you then pick up from your table an envelope, alright? And from within the envelope, you will remove a prediction, which not only predicts the physical appearance of that last person standing, but you're also able to predict the last guess of that spectator as well, alright? So whether it was red or black. And that is the effect, alright, of Down to One. So what do you get when you purchase Down to One? Well, Down to One retails at £55, all right? And for that, you will receive a detailed instruction booklet, okay? So really nicely produced booklet where John will take you through all the handlings that you will need to learn in order to perform the routine. In addition to the handling itself, all right, there will also be a link where you can watch John demonstrate the moves necessary to perform the routine as well. There will also be other presentational ideas that will be discussed, ideas by John Armstrong and Mark Paul as well, all right, to give you other ways to use the routine. On top of the booklet itself, you will also receive this envelope. Okay, this is a special envelope. Okay, let's leave it at that. It's made of Tyvek. Okay, so really tough material. It's indestructible basically, and with proper care, it will last you, I think, a lifetime of performing. And then you will also receive the coin. Okay, so this coin is I think it's slightly larger than a silver dollar. I think the colors, I think, are what's important here. You know, because even from a distance, you will be able to see that this is red. And this is black. You could perform the routine with a regular, like a silver dollar or a $half, I think, but well, you couldn't get that kind of visual verification from a distance, whether, you know, it has landed heads or tails, right? You would need a spectator with you on stage to kind of check and see that, you know, what has landed is really what has landed. Whereas just using the coin provided with Down to One, it's really clear, even from a distance, which side the coin has landed on. All right, so, you know, even if it's on the back of your hand, once you have flipped the coin and you have, you know, placed it on the back of your hand, just lifting up your hand, you can already, you know, clearly see, even from a distance, whether it is red or black. So what do I like about Down to One? Well, it's a really fun routine. You know, it's a really fun routine where you get everyone in the audience involved. All right. So right at the start of the show, if you are using this as an opener, which I have actually, you know, everyone gets involved immediately. The energy of the room immediately shifts. Everyone gets on their feet, and you play this kind of really fun kind of a game. And I think it's really great because, you know, many times, you know, even in my personal show, the kind of opening routines that I do didn't really involve like every single one in the audience. You know, perhaps I just involve one person, you know, stood up at their seat, or perhaps one person is selected at random and they come onto the stage. Whereas in this particular kind of approach to opening a show, everyone is immediately involved right at the start. And I think it creates a really fun atmosphere. And as the game progresses as well, with each elimination, I could tell that people were really kind of getting into it and they were really having fun. One really important point about what makes Down to One slightly different, you know, than other like handlings out there is that you actually commit to the toss before you ask everyone in the audience to make their choice. Because, you know, in other routines like that, and this is not the first of its kind, all right? This kind of idea has been done before. You know, in other routines, normally what happens is you would ask everyone to stand, and then you would ask them to make their decisions first, right? They will make their choices first, whether they think it is red or black. And once everyone has made their decisions, then you flip the coin and then you show them what the toss is. Whereas in this particular handling, what this allows you to do is you commit to the toss first and then you ask everyone to guess. And only once everyone has decided, then you show, you know, what the outcome of the toss is. So, you know, I think it's a really small difference, you know, really subtle, you know, but I think it is one that makes quite a difference. So I performed Down to One like twice so far, all right? For the first time I did it, it was like a really large ballroom, and the second show was a smaller one, all right, about half the size, I think. And well, having a little bit of experience now with this routine, I think I can tell you that, well, it plays really well, you know, it creates a really fun atmosphere. However, in a large kind of a setting, you know, if you have really a lot of people in the performing area, I think it gets a little bit difficult to manage the routine. It played really well in the smaller setting that I was at, okay, but this is just my personal experience, and I think it's all just down to kind of picking your moment and selecting the right audience member to perform the routine for. And while playing it out in my head, I kind of knew that something might kind of go wrong, you know, and so I made a kind of a contingency plan. I had a backup, I had an out in case things didn't go my way, and I had to use that out for the first show. It still played just as strong, I think. But just bear in mind that it'll be great if you can kind of prepare a backup, in case, things don't play out the way you thought they should. Also, what I like about this routine is that it is quite flexible, I think, and with some thought, you can actually customize it for different things. I think you can also use it to kind of select, one audience member out of the whole sea of people, especially if, you have done some work on them or with them, okay? You can kind of really freely select this spectator as well to use for a routine on stage, perhaps. And many times when we do such kind of routines where some work has been done, all right, the selection procedure can be quite, quite boring perhaps, so why not use, a really fun way of selecting that audience member, and which appears really fair as well. So all in, I think this is a great routine, a really fun routine to perform. I think I was quite surprised actually by the kind of atmosphere that the routine created. Right at the start, when I just got on stage and I asked everyone to stand and we started playing this game, the energy of the room was just different, right? It was lifted up, so I really enjoyed that. And I'm really happy actually that I've added a routine where I can involve the whole audience at the same time. It's really fun for the audience. For you as well, it's fun to perform. I realized that it also kept me alert, okay? Kept me alert, kept me in the moment as well. So that was something that I quite enjoyed performing. I'd like to thank John Allen for really generously sending this to me so that I can chat about it with you guys on this show. If you would like to pick up a copy of Down to One for yourselves, I will leave his link in the description box down below. So as always guys, thanks for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed yourselves and got something out of it. If you are new to the channel, remember, do hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, like this video as well. Do all those things, because they really help me to continue to try and grow this channel on YouTube. And it also helps me, right? It keeps me motivated to continue putting out videos for you as well. So till next time guys, do stay safe, take care of yourselves, enjoy your magic and your mentalism, and I will see you on a future episode of Nique Chats.